Alright guys, today I'm going to show you what you need to do to make your all-wheel drive IS250 become rear-wheel drive. Alright, so let's get started. It's pretty fucking cold out here and I don't feel like taking off the wheel, but what you need to do is jack up the car, take the wheel off, any wheel, it doesn't matter, not the front wheels, but the rear wheels. Just take one off, and right over here there's gonna be the rotor and then the shield for the rotor, and behind that shield is a little black sensor, and you have to pry it with a flathead screwdriver, and while you're prying it you have to slide it off from the back over here. There's gonna be a sensor and then it's gonna be like a wire, and what I like to do is zip tie the wire to one of the brake lines so it doesn't like dangle around when you're sliding the car. And once you do that, just zip tie it, put the tire back on, and get back into the car. Before we start, let me just say, if you take off one sensor from this wheel, the other wheel is only gonna spin. It's only gonna spin one wheel because it's open diff. But for some reason, when you take off both sensors, it turns both of the wheels, and I have proof of that. I will put in a clip right here so you can see it. All right, so once you start the car back on, right here in the middle, it's gonna be a check four-wheel drive, and that's gonna be normal because the ABS sensor is off. And right here under the check engine light, there's gonna be a ABS light, and then a brake light. Like when you put your brake on, that's gonna be on, but it's not gonna affect anything. All right, so once your dash is like a Christmas tree, what you do is just go drift anywhere, honestly. Sometimes it depends if your tire is like brand new, it's not gonna be able to lose traction that easily. But if it's used maybe like, let's say 5,000 or 6,000 miles, you might be able to lose some traction, but I can't guarantee it. But if your tire is like near bald or like very used up and you need to change it, then you might as well just do this and do a burnout or drift or whatever you want to do. And by the way, let me just say it, if you take off the sensor from this tire, the other wheel is gonna spin when you try to do a burnout or a drift. But if it's the opposite around, it's gonna be the other tire, so just keep that in mind. And also, let me say one more thing. If you take off both of the sensors from the rear, the ABS sensor, it's the same thing with this wheel and the other wheel. What's gonna happen is when you get back into the car and you turn it on, your power steering is not gonna work. The wheel is gonna be really fucking hard to turn because of the sensor. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Also, when you're driving, you're gonna be able to see your RPM meter go up, but your the miles per hour won't go up. It's gonna stay at 0. Your gas gauge is also gonna be left at where it was last time, so you're gonna have to keep track of that. And the miles, it doesn't go up when 2 of the sensors are off. So if you take both sensors off, the miles is gonna be stuck at where it was last time. So I guess that's like a kind of a good thing if you don't want your miles to go up, but whatever. Okay, so when everything is taken off, like the sensors and shit, and you're ready to drift your rear-wheel drive IS250, what I like to do is just put it into first gear. You put it into first gear so you have more control over the throttle and the sliding. But if you switch to second gear, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to lose traction. And let's say if you're like drifting mid-drift and the rev limiter keeps hitting the limiter, just let go of the gas, and this is gonna go back to maybe like 5 or 4, and then get back on it quickly so it doesn't lose power and it gets traction. All right. And what else not to do is when you're mid-drifting and you're still in first gear, do not shift up to second, because you're gonna lose power and you're gonna get traction back and it's gonna be fucked up. All right. It's kind of stupid. Let me just mention that if you try to do a standing burnout, sometimes it works and other times it doesn't. I'm not sure why, but when I turn the wheel all the way and try to do a standing burnout, it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to kind of figure it out by just playing around with the car, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope this kind of helps you out. For problems wise, I haven't had any problems because I've been doing this since like last year of April, and it's January 2022 now. I haven't had any problems. It hasn't broken any axles and nothing at all, honestly. It's just when you're done with sliding, sometimes I leave it on for like a week and then I'll put it back on. I mean, it doesn't affect the driving at all because it's just normal. Unless if it's rainy and if you hard brake, the car's gonna fucking slide, which you don't want that to happen. So you gotta be careful with that. Anyways, that's it.